Back again today, guys, and this time we're checking out a B2 Audio RAGE 1200 4-channel amplifier. Now this company is just kind of making a comeback in the US. These guys have been around since about 2008. They're really popular. Even though some of their stuff wasn't available in the United States for a couple years, people still liked it so much that they had purchased it from overseas, and it is known for a really high quality brand but pretty affordable prices. So we're going to check this one out, and again, this is the RAGE 1200 4-channel. Right off the bat, I love the way these things look. So it's got a white aluminum heatsink, black end caps, and you have all your connections and speaker terminals on the front. So this is a really nice looking 4-channel. It's heavy. I haven't cracked it open yet, but it feels very heavy for a 4-channel, which is a good sign. So this thing is rated at 200 times 4 at 4 ohm, 300 times 4 at 2 ohm, and it's bridgeable times 2 at 4 ohm at 600 times 2 at 4 ohm. So we'll see if that's really the case. They recommend a 100 amp fuse for this amplifier. None are installed, so you're expected to run an external fuse. Really nice looking amplifier. It's like almost like a satin white finish with the B2 logo. You got your 4-gauge power inputs. You have, looks like 12-gauge speaker outs. And you have the infamous, acclaimed Tiffany RCAs. I don't know if I should mention that or not, but they are Tiffany RCAs. And then you also have, on each of the front and rear channels, you have a selectable dip switch for band pass, which is low pass, full, and high pass. So you have that on the front and rear. Also, they give you a button, an X1 and X10, so that multiplies by 10. So if you had mid-ranges and you wanted to cross them over at 5,000, you can do low pass, turn it up to 500, and then press the X10, and that would be 5,000. And if you press the button to where it's X1, then that would be 500. So it gives you a little bit more leeway on selecting your crossover points. So you have your gain knob, pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. And you also get a power, protect, and clip indicator. And that clip indicator is always nice because it helps when you're setting stuff up. It helps you don't have to, wonder if you're clipping or not. So that's always a good feature, especially on 4-channels. You don't see it as much, so I really like that added feature for sure. So let's go ahead and get this thing hooked up, man, and see what it does. Looks super nice so far, but how does it perform? We will see. All right, guys, so here we go. 4-channel 4 ohm. Looking for 200 watts. And this is certified. We will also do uncertified. To see if it can do any more. But most of the time on full channel amps, you guys are going to want certified up to 1% THD. Nice, so it did over 261 watts. Now these are both channels, they're just some variants. There's nothing I can do about that. 261 watts at 4 ohms times 4, so that's really good power. Let's go ahead and try uncertified. All right, here we go, uncertified. little bit more, about the same. Pretty good, man. 261 watts times 4 at 4 ohms. So definitely does more than it says on the 4 ohm rating. That's pretty awesome so far. All right, 4 ohm, 4 channel mode, dynamic burst. Let's see what it does. All right, well, it did do a little more dynamically, so that's good. Man, you're creeping up there on the 300 watts, even at 4 ohm. All right, guys, let's get ready for the 2 ohm test and see what this thing puts out. So far, it's done freaking awesome so far, so it's done well overrated, but let's see what happens on the 2 ohm tests. All right, guys, here we go. 2 ohm, 4 channel mode. So the specs say 300 times 4. So let's see what happens. This is certified up to 1% THD. Again, with full range amps, certified is kind of really the more important number because you're not going to be running to clipping, distorted. Oh, man. Wow. This is a great freaking 4 channel. 374 watts times 4 at 2 ohms, and that's certified. So this amp does well over rated power, so that's a really good sign. So maybe there is something to B2 audio, why so many guys love them, but wow, that's very good. All right, let's try uncertified and see if it does any more. All right, so far this amp is really blowing my mind. So let's check out these uncertified numbers. I mean, it can only get better from here, right? It's already done stellar. Oh man, almost 400 watts. That's freaking awesome. Times 4. 4 channels loaded. Very cool. All right, guys. Well, let's go ahead and do the 2 channel bridge mode and see what this thing puts out times 2. Now it is only stable at 4 ohms and dual in a 2 channel mode, so keep that in mind. But wait, I almost forgot about dynamic burst in 4 channel 2 ohm.
What?
Aha! 510 watts. That is sweet. Dynamic, and dynamic's actually something that you're going to really use on a 4 channel full range amp. So that's a lot of power, man. Very good, very freaking sweet amp. All right, guys, here we go. 2 channel mode, and it's only stable at 4 ohm. So this is certified up to 1% THD. Now this thing claims 600 times 2. So I'm not sure about that one, but we will see. So far this amp has done awesome. Oh, yep, it did it. Wow, 629 watts times 2 at 4 ohms certified. Man, how much is this amp? I didn't even look yet. I'll have to tell you guys at the end. I honestly haven't even looked how much this is, but this is an awesome little amplifier. Man, okay, let's go ahead and try uncertified. All right, uncertified up to clipping. See what happens. B2 audio is sweet like Danish, yo. In the house, snap.
Oh, yeah.
A little more. About the same, 634, man. Times 2. You could run a couple pretty decent subs with this amp. With 600 and over 600 watts. So let's try dynamic burst, see what happens. Can only get better from here. Remember, bridge, this is only 4 ohm stable. So let's see what it does. Holy 800 watts, man. 800 watts times 2 at 4 ohm dynamic. Freaking awesome little amplifier. Holy crud. Wow. That is freaking cool. That is sweet. Might have to turn on my little HiFi Vector amp fan here. In bridged mode, you have to run a few tests because you have to gain match the 4 channels because you're running it 2, so you have to gain match the 2 channels. It's not really hot, but just to be nice to the amps, I'll throw my fan on. If I have to do quite a few back-to-back dyno runs when I'm gain matching the channels on these bridged 4-channel amps. Freaking awesome amp, man. So it did everything it said and more. So that's nice to see in an amplifier. So we'll go ahead and put up a chart with all the results and the efficiencies, and I'm going to try to take the back off of this thing. Big Jeff did send me this amp for review, but it's not mine, so I'll see if I can get the cover off, but let's go ahead and get the results chart up right now, and then I'll show you guys the final results for this amp. Okay, so here are the results charts. As you can see, it did well overrated on every test, and even dynamic, it hit 629 watts in 2-channel mode, and the efficiency was one of the best I've tested so far. 93.8% in 4-channel mode. It did drop down to 71.8 bridged, but that's still really good efficiency, so pretty impressive. Okay, so I had to take off a little more extra things to get the back off of this thing, but here are the insides of this amplifier. So I'm not sure where it's made. I couldn't find anything that said where it's made. But right here, these big caps are Zohao 2200 microfarad, 63 volt, 105 degree caps. And these smaller 5 over here are Zohao 2200 microfarad, 35 volt, 105 degrees. And then these are Nichion 330 microfarad, 63 volt caps right there. Looks pretty clean. I wish they would have used a little bit more silicone adhesive, but usually on 4 channels they put less of that. Mostly the monoblocks they do that, but really clean looking amplifier. You can see right there it says it can never be too loud. Oh snap! And back here on the board we have Rage 1200 markings, but pretty clean. Everything seems to be in its place. So there's a look of the guts for you on this amplifier. Now let's go ahead and get to the final verdict. Alright, so this amp, I did look it up, is about $519 on Big Jeff Audio's website. If you use my coupon code, that'll save you some more and get the price down. So this brand, they're not meant to be budget. They're not meant to be overpriced. They're meant to be that perfect kind of middle ground between quality and price. So they're not trying to be the cheapest. But I think it's still a good value for a high quality amp. It put out killer numbers. The efficiency was very good. It's probably one of the most efficient amps I've tested to date. So that's always good. The build quality is nice. I mean, it just looks nice. It feels heavy duty. It's a nice amplifier, man. You guys can let me know what you think. But I'll put a link below. If you buy anything from Big Jeff, use my coupon code HiFi Vector. It'll save you some money. The discount depends on the item. So some items are more, some items are less, but it will definitely help you save some money. If you guys are looking for a 4-channel or even something you can run a two 4-ohm subs with, this is definitely a powerhouse little amplifier. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video of this Denmark amplifier B2 audio. Again, thanks Big Jeff for sending me this amp to review. This was a really fun one. I'm always interested to try new things. It's really cool to just check out what's out there. I'm looking forward to more B2 stuff. Like I said, I heard their subs were incredible. So maybe we'll get some of those in the future to check out. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you could like and subscribe, man, it would really help me out. I appreciate it. And thanks so much, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.
Please be advised, no amplifiers were harmed during the making of this video.